Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Andrew Crowell, Vice Chairman of Wealth Management and Financial Advisor at DA Davidson, to discuss the most important financial planning steps individuals should take before year-end and why now is the time to consider estate planning, regardless of how much one has in assets. Andrew, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And as the holidays are quickly approaching, what are the most important financial planning steps individuals should take before year-end?
You know, as families are gathering together, we think it's a great time when everyone's together in the same place, reflecting on what they're grateful for, and they're giving each other gifts. We think that one of the best gifts you can give your family is to have some of those financial planning discussions with them. Very often, families are completely in the dark, meaning the children don't really know what the estate plan is or the wishes of the parents are. And we think a great gift you can give your family is to actually open up those conversations. We did a survey at the end of September, and we learned rather shockingly that only about 1/3 of American adults actually has a written estate plan in place at this time. And for the 2/3 that don't have one, we think it's critical to document and discuss your end-of-life wishes with loved ones, not just healthcare, but financial assets as well.
And your survey also revealed that estate planning really is not a conversation that people are having, and that it's important. What is an estate plan, and why do people need one? What do they need to understand?
Great question. So an estate plan is a written document that actually says how you want your affairs to be managed when you're gone or when you've got a medical emergency. Among many other things that it does, an estate plan designates beneficiaries for your investment assets, your insurance policies. It can give an executor access to your online accounts, and that's a legal issue that many estate plans that haven't been updated recently haven't addressed, but getting passwords to your online accounts and so forth so that your executor can manage your affairs, it's critical. It also would detail any charitable intentions that you have. So it's not just a conversation. It really needs to be documented legally to be in place so that your exact wishes are executed. We found that only about 1 in 5 people who have an estate plan in place have even updated in the last 5 years. And let's face it, life happens, things change. There are births, there are deaths, there are marriages, divorces, charitable intentions may have changed. So it's really critical to have a written plan that's updated recently.
So who needs an estate plan? Is it only for those people who have kids, grandkids?
Great question. We think first and foremost, no matter how much you have in personal net worth, we think that everyone needs an estate plan in place. And we don't think it should be rushed. It should be thoughtful. So if somebody can't put it in place before year end, maybe they can make it their New Year's resolution. But it's a document that will actually give another person the ability to do the things that you want done rather than leaving it to guesswork or leaving it to chance. Think about one's healthcare wishes. The COVID-19 pandemic should have brought that to the forefront for all of us about documenting end-of-life wishes. I can speak from personal experience, having lost a loved one to COVID-19. It was my mother. We had very, very open conversations about end-of-life wishes, and she told me, she said, no matter what happens to me in the future, please do not wake me up on a ventilator. And that was exactly the medical professional's point of view, that if she were to even regain her health, she would probably never be able to breathe on her own because of the damage to her lungs. So when that question came from them about what do you wish to do, it made a very difficult decision actually quite easy, because we knew exactly we're not going to wake up mom on a ventilator. And so that's from personal example, but you know, you can see that the importance of having an estate plan is not just based on one's financial assets and those intentions, but also your own healthcare wishes. It's critical to have that documented.
Yeah, we thank you for sharing that story, and we're sorry for your loss there, Andrew. But let me ask you, why do so few Americans not have an estate plan?
Well, the number one reason we heard was that they did not believe they had enough assets to warrant one. So they were just thinking about the size of their personal net worth, not healthcare directives and giving online access of their accounts and so on and so forth. Even those who had a financial advisor they were working with, procrastination was the largest single excuse. So just putting it off till another day or not thinking that they have an estate large enough to warrant it were the two primary reasons.
And for those who don't have an estate plan, what steps should they take to get started?
First step, speak with your financial professional. It may be your estate, or your CPA rather, it could be an attorney, it could be a family friend, but talk to a financial professional. And if you have a financial professional you're working with, consider introducing your adult children to that financial advisor so that they will know who you're working with. If you're not currently working with an advisor, consider whether or not this would be a good time to start. You know, a financial advisor can be your quarterback in trying to ensure that all of the different aspects of your estate, whether insurance, investment assets, healthcare needs, et cetera, that they're all working together towards your wishes. That individual can also be a great source of sort of intellectual property that when you're gone, or if there's a question that your children have about something, they may be the perfect person to answer those questions. We found that those who are currently working with a financial professional feel more confident and better prepared in discussing their estate plan and end-of-life wishes than those who are not working with one. So get a professional on your side.
And finally, what other year-end financial steps should people keep in mind?
You know, 2022 has been a challenging year in both the stock and the bond markets. So chances are there's a very good possibility that one's portfolio is out of balance with their desired targets. Both stocks and bonds are down this year. So this is a time of year when people can harvest those losses and exchange into other investments, capture that loss to offset against future capital gains or current income for 2022. Also could document any charitable gifts that you want to make by using highly appreciated securities. So these are just two ways that individuals can make the most of a difficult year, but make sure that they're attentive to these things before year end.
All right, Andrew, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.